Hey guys, today I'm going to show you some exciting new releases in the upcoming months and I hope you enjoy. So I'm going to show you a lot of new releases from the winter time, and that will be November to February. And yeah, there's some exciting books on this list, and of course I probably forgot a lot of them. So if you have any other new releases that I forgot in this list, please leave them down in the comments so that I can check them out. But yeah, let's get into the video. So let's just go in chronological order. November has a lot of new exciting releases. First of all, on the 3rd of November, we have The Ravens by Kes Morgan and Danielle Page. And this features a sorority that is actually also a coven of witches, and it has secrets and betrayals. And I find that super interesting because we don't really have sororities, I don't think, here in Europe. I'm not sure, but I think it's more of an American thing, I believe. But it definitely sounds super interesting, and yeah, I'm really in the mood to read kind of like an urban fantasy, I think you could call it, or paranormal, and the cover also looks stunning. And we have a sequel, and this is the CAMELOT Betrayal. I have the first one, The Guinevere Deception by Kirsten White, and this is a King Arthur retelling. I haven't read this yet, but I'm really excited to. I've heard mixed reviews, I think, but I'm still really excited for this. But I think I'm going to wait with purchasing the sequel just to see if I really end up liking it. And yeah, for the sequels, I'm not going to give you too much information, of course. The next one comes out on the 12th of November, and that is The Betrayals by Bridget Collins. And I have The Binding by Bridget Collins as well. Haven't read it yet, but I've heard pretty good reviews, and this one also seems very, very interesting. It features an exclusive academy where people train for a contest called the Midsummer Game, and we have two characters that sense a mysterious connection with each other. But honestly, the game aspect and the academy aspect really make me interested in this book. Once again, the cover is really stunning, and yeah, I'm really excited for this as well. And we have 3 books coming out on the 17th. We have Rhythm of War, which is a really anticipated release. It is the 4th book in the Stormlight Archive series, but I haven't read any of these books yet, so yeah, I'll have to wait anyway. Another very, very highly anticipated release is The Burning God by R.F. Kuang, which is the final book in the trilogy for the Puppy War. But I honestly cannot wait to pick this up. I just have no time whatsoever, and I'm just in a reading slump at the moment. Otherwise, I would have definitely read this by now. But yeah, I know a lot of people are highly anticipating this release. And then also on the 17th, we have These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong, and this is also featured in a book box, which I'm really excited about because I also got approved for the ARC, so I'm probably going to read that in November. But it's basically a retelling of Romeo and Juliet set in 1920s Shanghai, and it features gang rivalry, I believe. I'm sold. That setting alone is super interesting to me, so I'm really excited to read this. On the 24th, we have How the King of Elfheim Learned to Hate Stories, and this is a novella in the Cruel Prince series, and it's set after The Queen of Nothing, I believe. So I didn't read the synopsis or anything because I haven't finished The Queen of Nothing yet. I feel like most people know what the series is about. And then on the 24th, we have another really exciting new release that I haven't heard much about, I don't think. It is called Rune Song by Julia Ember, and this is described as a dark and lush LGBTQ+ romantic fantasy. And in this book, 2 women from rival factions must work together to reunite their country, and the magic system is really interesting because it is actually sung, so I'm really interested to see that. And then for December, I actually have only 1 book, and that is another sequel of course, Sky Beyond the Storm, which is the 4th book and the last book in the An Ember and the Ashes series. I have read the first 2 books, really like them, but I definitely need to reread them. I was planning to do that this year, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen, to be honest. But either way, I'm super excited for this release. In January, I only have sequels, but really exciting sequels. So yeah, let's get into the books in January. We have 3 books once again on the 12th. We have A Vow So Bold and Deadly, which is the 3rd and final book in the what's it called? A Curse So Dark and Lonely series by Bridget Cameron. I have started it and I'm liking it so far. It is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, of course. I think everyone knows the series or has heard of it at some point. And then we have actually the 6th book in the series coming out. It is called Across the Green Grass Flames, and this is from the Wayward Children series. I recently read the first book or listened to the audiobook, but I definitely need to re-listen to it because I didn't really catch everything. And another book coming out on the 12th is Concrete Rose, which is a novella for The Hate U Give, and it is set 17 years before the events that took place in The Hate U Give, and it basically explores Black manhood, I believe, and it sounds really interesting. I'm really excited for this book. Hopefully they'll have an audiobook for it because I really enjoyed the audiobook for The Hate U Give. On the 19th, we have We Free the Stars, which is the sequel to We Hunt the Flame, which I, once again, have not read yet, but I'm really excited for it. I feel like everyone knows this book, but it's like a Middle Eastern fantasy. That's honestly all I remember. It's been like a year or so since it came out. I'm reading it at some point. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to pick this up straight away because I, once again, haven't read the first book. On the 26th, we have Written in Starlight, which is the sequel to Written in Moonlight, which was in a fairy loot box in January of this year. All I remember is that it's Bolivian inspired, but I'm really excited for it. And I know when I read the synopsis, it sounded really interesting, so I'm still interested in the book, but I'm not sure if I'm going to like it, so I'm not going to purchase it straight away, if that makes sense. And now for February, we have beginnings of new series. First of all, we have Muse by Brittany Caballero, and this is the author that wrote The Case for Jamie. No, the first one is A Study in Charlotte. This is the start of a new duology, and it basically explores the question, what if America was a monarchy? So we have a looming war, and the protagonist's father is the king of a province, and he is an inventor of a really powerful weapon, and he believes his genius is granted to him by his daughter. So he basically keeps her under control at all times, but she wants to escape. It sounds really interesting. The setting sounds interesting. It sounds really unique, so yeah, I'm really excited to pick this up. This comes out on the 2nd of February. And on the 9th, we have The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. And here the release date got postponed. I think it was meant to be released this summer, and we actually got it in a fairy loot box. So it's basically an arc, but the official release date is the 9th of February. So we are following a protagonist in a world where she has to participate in this ceremony so that people can see if she has red blood or gold blood. Red means that she's a normal human being, and gold basically means she is a demon, or it's the color of impurity. And she has to choose between dying or joining this army of people like her, girls like her, that fight for the emperor. It sounds really interesting. Once again, of course, otherwise it wouldn't be on this list, but I really am excited for this, and I'm looking to maybe read it this year even, but we'll see. I'm definitely very excited for it. On the 16th, we have 2 sequels coming out. The first one is WITCHSHADOW, which is the 4th book in the Truth Witch series by Susan Dennard. I have not read any of these books yet, and I don't own them anymore, but recently I got inspired to read it again. We'll see if it actually will happen, but it features elemental magic and I'm really interested in that, so we'll see. But another very exciting release, or very highly anticipated release, is A Court of Silver Flames, which is the 4th book in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series. I have read the first 2 books, but I really would like to reread them before I get to the other ones. But yeah, hopefully they'll come out with a matching cover for the series, because I couldn't find any pictures. And the last book that I want to talk about today is a new start of a series. It is called Wings of Ebony by J.L. and it deals with a black teen from Houston who learns about her godly ancestry and that she has magical powers. And yeah, it sounds really interesting once again, and I'm looking forward to eventually picking this up when it comes out. So yeah, we have a lot of exciting new releases in the upcoming months. Once again, if I forgot any books that are coming out in the next couple of months, leave them down below. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, guys.